Well, hey, how y'all doing out there? Y'all can see behind me with my makeshift wall of towels. We're all here on the East Coast getting some weather, and it's all coming from these systems coming in. And Florence, I believe, is the first one to come in. And if y'all ain't noticed, there's a couple more systems building up behind it, and it kind of reminds me of last year when the Harvey and the GHI hurricanes hit through, and then the year before the same thing, back to back hurricanes. And here it is. Here comes another hurricane. Well, I just wanted to point out some natural things and some unnatural things about what you may be seeing going on. Why I think it's going to stop in the Carolinas, and then you make up your own mind. But I want you to be well informed on what's going on with the weather and basically in our solar system. Right now, we have been under several big, giant coronal mass ejection (CME) coronal mass ejection streams. These have been proven to be to ignite storms, to make them stronger, to cause earthquakes. Look at what's been going on in Fiji. Some of the big earthquakes we've just been having at the peak of these coronal mass ejections. But also tonight and all day today has been the new moon changeover. There's a lot of energy from that strengthens storms. So Florence could have been strengthened into a hurricane, because if you look at the way you don't see the ripples in the outside clouds when you look at the satellite data. It seems like they're more manipulated when you see the ripples and the like microwave frequencies hitting it. Now, my concern is not that it's going to turn into a hurricane. It's like this is a perfect time to test these 5G towers that they put in North Carolina, in Raleigh and Charleston, I believe. And they also got them in Seattle. I think they got these on the coast for their own weather warfare, for the new warfare of the globe that the superpowers play with. They play with our weather. We know they do. And so I think with Florence naturally turning into a hurricane because of lunar and solar events, they're gonna practice and see if they can stall it or stop it. And what this is going to cause is, about the time it hits South Carolina, you're going to see this hurricane just kind of just sit there and spin, maybe for about 3, 4, 5 days, flood that area out, and maybe just poof, and then poof off. And then another one will come in, and we'll see what happens then. Let's just deal with this one that's going on now or coming our way. That's how I kind of predicted, because and we'll watch the satellite imagery. You'll see the clouds get manipulated. You'll see front systems become manipulated, where these Gwyn towers, because they are not 5G cell towers, y'all. It ain't so you can hear me now, and so they can keep other countries, I guess, maybe from flooding America, attacking America. Look how Japan and China get hit with the weirdest hurricanes. Y'all been watching it for the last few years. You know, the Air Force said that they would control the weather by, they said 2020, but I saw where it was 2017 at one time, and we're in 2018. We see it, we know it, but we also need to know and pay attention to our natural weather, how it can be manipulated by the sun and lunar events. Full moon cause big tides. You all know this. There's things that go on that get blamed on geoengineering. I think to defeat geoengineering, to defeat weather warfare, we have to weed out natural events versus, like with the climate change stuff. What are we doing? What's naturally going on our planet? We got to really wisen up to this, y'all. Serious. We got to get smart, or we're not going to be able to predict the weather. Because Ben Davison with Suspicious Observers, and I love to point him out because I love his work in that group with Suspicious Observers. And thank y'all. Y'all have done excellent work. They even have inside people from NASA helping them out that don't believe in the NASA lies, y'all, that are really helping out. There's people that's just saying, hey, our planet's going through a big change, and our technology has gotten to a point to where we don't know if it's our government, we don't know if it's our military, we don't even know if it's just some scientists playing around or whatever. So we need to know the real events, the mother nature events. We need to know the natural evolution of our planet. We need to know our solar system and our universe, at least a small part that our solar system is in and that we live in. Because no matter what shape you think the size of the earth, you all know that there's a sun. We all know that there's a moon in our weather. And hey, even our thoughts and our emotions are affected by this solar weather and this lunar weather. I mean, does the full moon act to make people act a little crazy? Or is that just lunacy? That's from a song. I stole that from a song. But is it just lunacy? No, it's not. Things affect us. There's more gravity during a full moon, and it kind of drags you down, and you feel a little more down and out. You might even feel pain more, or even emotional pain more during a full moon. So we need to know these things. But with this Hurricane Florence, without getting long-winded about it, I think the build up into what it is right now, or what she is right now, turning into a hurricane, is all because of the way new moon and the CME streams that we've been locked into over the last few weeks have been awesome. I don't know if y'all pay attention to sun data, but like whole patches of the sun will look just black with the coronal holes, which it's not, but that's a lot of energy. And our magnetosphere is very, very weak. So this solar energy coming from the sun, which normally wouldn't beat us up so bad, it makes storms stronger. It makes volcanoes active, and it really they can act. They have Ben Davison's crew, y'all. I need to point this out because this is very important. Suspicious Observers on YouTube and Ben Davison's crew, and I'll put it on. If I do this on YouTube, I'll put it on the YouTube link. Y'all need to check them out because these people are actually predicting where the earthquakes are going to hit by watching sun data. So if you pay attention to the sun, you can even tell when they're going to chemtrail some days, y'all. You can tell when they're going to do it heavy. There's no way. All you got to do is pay attention to some sun data and what's going on in our solar system. There's been a lot of crazy things going on, a lot of weird things with people acting strange and feeling anxious. And all the planets have been on one side of the sun for a little while. I don't know if y'all knew that. So the sun energy has been different. It's been affecting us different. So solar activity affects us, y'all, whether you believe it or not. It affects our thoughts, it affects our health, and it affects our planet. So we need to know the difference so we can tell when these New World Order bastards are up there spraying or acting weird or shooting off their microwave frequencies into clouds or hurricanes and making them worse. Because I think weather warfare and playing God is probably the worst thing they can do right now with the natural evolution of the planet. We don't need to make it worse. We don't need to set something off that may just make a hurricane that goes all the way across the United States. I mean, like the size of it. So we need to pay attention and know what's going on. All right. Y'all got it? Let's eyes on the Carolinas and the East Coast. Y'all bundle up, get the towel walls up, keep your computer dry, and eyes open. Watch out for your brother. And I think it's Ben that says, eyes open, no fear. But eyes open on this hurricane in the Carolinas, y'all. Let's see what happens. Okay? Peace. I love you. Know what's real and not, so we don't live in fear. Good night, y'all.